Hey there, Capricorn, and Capricorn Collective. This is a timeless love reading. So when you see this is when you're meant to see this. It may or may not resonate. If it does not resonate, check out your rising and moon sign, or check out other readers. There's a ton of great readers here on YouTube. I am just one of many. So this is a love reading. I usually kind of get a bunch of different stories. So usually it's kind of a mix of singles and attached and people with their eye on somebody. So you can kind of pick up the collective. We'll just see what comes up today, and whatever comes up is what's meant to come up. Capricorn love reading. Capricorn Collective. Okay. All right, so, all right. Okay, lots of pentacles here. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune's been coming up a lot lately for folks, and I'm noticing that here for y'all as well. But let's see here. So the card that comes up for you is Temperance. So I feel like you are weirdly in control of your emotions. Oh, what? Capricorn in control of their emotions? No. You're weirdly in control of your emotions in this situation, because if I'm looking at the rest of this, I wouldn't say it's a disaster, but I would say it's a little dicey looking here. I don't know what you got going on here, but with the Temperance card here, for you, I feel like you're sort of in your romantic life, the voice of reason. And if you're not attached right now, if you're not in a relationship, I feel like you're just kind of taking a wait and see approach. You're just thinking, you know what? When it's meant to come to me, it will come to me. We'll just kind of wait on divine timing, which I think is a pretty healthy way to go about things, as long as it doesn't turn into complete inertia. Nobody's going to find you, if you're just staying home all the time. You do have to put yourself out there sometimes. But overall, I get the sense of pretty good balance. You're pretty well balanced here. Now, if you have a partner, or if you have somebody on your mind, perhaps a twin flame or something like that, they're showing up as the Five of Cups. I see them as having a hard time getting over something. Maybe they left, or maybe you left them. But I see some pain and suffering on the part of the other person. Now, of course, roles can be reversed. So, take whichever side of this resonates for you. But I see the other person as working on, as a little bit of a grief situation here with the Five of Cups, but working on getting over something really heavy. It may not have anything to do with you, even. It could just be, maybe they have a death in the family, or they lost their job, or they something like that. But it's, but overall, I definitely get the sense of somebody who's really sad about something. And, to be perfectly honest, it feels like for a lot of you, it's probably going to be about your relationship. So maybe if you separated this person, if they left you, they definitely feel regret about it. They miss what they had. If you if you left them, they're definitely in that place. But what you're not seeing about them is the Wheel of Fortune. So things are about to shift for your partner in a big way. If you are in a committed, happy relationship, if they're sad now, it's temporary. And it's due likely to things outside their control, but something is likely to shift for them or is in the process of shifting, that will sort of turn that frown upside down. That's the phrase that I just heard. Turn that frown upside down. It's such a cheesy thing to say, but hopefully you get what I'm going for with that. So what's possible between you? I really get the sense of separation here. There's definitely a sense that there's separation energy all over the spread. So maybe some of you are separated from a partner. Maybe somebody's, across the globe. Maybe you just took a time out. Maybe you broke up. But I really see a lot of separate energy, a lot of space. And it might not even be physical space. It could be emotional distance. Maybe, you were really close and then something happened. You had a big fight and you still haven't been able to work it out. There's distance here. And it's showing that is likely to continue, as moving forward. I feel like you are separating yourself from somebody who is having a hard time getting over the past. That might be the title. But separating yourself from somebody who's having a hard time getting over the past. Or they could be separating themselves from you if you're having a hard time, and you could be waiting on them to return. That's also the other energy. So if that resonates, take that as you will. Now, what's possible here, Seven of Cups, I feel like there's not a lot of grounding to the relationship itself. I see somebody with a lot of options, entertaining those options. It could be you it could be you or them. Or it could be something even outside of your relationship or outside of, love and romance in general. It could mean I have a job opportunity that takes me across the country. Sorry, see you, bye. It could be one of those. But that's the possibility here, the Seven of Cups. Now, what gets in the way is the Devil. You guys could have, great sex together. That could be it. But if you're still together, but thinking about leaving or just having an emotional separation, emotional distance, without having a physical distance, there could be, sex is what keeps you together. But the Devil is also not just sex. It's also, the convenience of, hey, we live together, we share a mortgage, we share a car, we have a family, and it's really hard to have childcare without the other person. It's, much more expensive, that kind of thing. So the Devil to me almost always is staying where you're at out of convenience. And here it's saying, this is how you break through. So you need to be willing to make some changes, even if they're inconvenient. So, and for you, with the Temperance card, the Five of Cups and the Temperance card, I get the sense of stasis. So the Devil would represent sort of flipping things on its head and breaking free. I feel like you need to break free of anything. If you're with somebody that you have a emotional distance developing between you, breaking free doesn't mean you just dump the person. If it's emotional distance, it's the Devil would be saying, break down that barrier, step outside of your comfort zone. This is clearly not a satisfactory situation. So a conversation needs to be had. A change needs to be made about the way that you relate. Maybe you need to, get couples counseling or something to break old cycles and old patterns that you found yourself stuck in. Maybe, if an emotional distance is there, maybe, some intimate time spent together would be a way to close that gap. So, if you're not being physically intimate with your partner, but you still want to be with them and you're feeling that distance, that, physical intimacy could be something that is valuable here. So the Devil isn't always bad. Sometimes the Devil's a really good time. But I would say if it's a situation that you've been, sort of weighing your options with, like with the temperance kind of, sort of, the temperance is all about timing. Temperance card is all about timing. So you may be like, oh, I want to leave, but I've got to find the right time. Or, we've already decided that we're going to separate, and now it's just a matter of, when do we actually do this with the lease and this other stuff, and, everything going on in the world. Like, is it sensible to do it now? That kind of thing. I feel like with the devil, if you're considering leaving a situation, this is saying rip the Band-Aid off. It's not gonna get better. And this is underscored by what it looks like if it happens being the last judgment. So for those of you in separation, this could mean making a final decision about staying separated, or a decision to maybe consider trying to work things out. But either way, it's a reckoning, I guess, in a way. I always look at the last judgment as a chance to atone for your failures and your strengths and your weaknesses in a relationship. So it could just be a conversation you have saying, I know I did some things wrong, and I know you did some things wrong, and maybe we could try to work this out, kind of a deal. But for those of you who are, looking to maybe leave, or considering whether or not you should, or kind of trying to figure out the timing of it, it's just saying that if you do decide to leave, that will be it, most likely. But for those of you who are leaving a situation where you're not happy, leaving this situation will lead you to feeling much more in your power with the King of Pentacles. Much, much more in your power. The King of Pentacles is in a place where he's generous and he's able to give because he hasn't overextended himself. He's not extending himself to people who aren't offering him anything. He is very much a businessman, and not to say that you should approach all your relationships as a business transaction. Of course, Capricorn would never do that, but it is saying that being aware of the reciprocity piece of relationships, is valuable, and that you will feel again in your power once you make a final decision about, whether to stay or whether to go, whether to help or whether to walk away, and how exactly you can best free yourself from an unsatisfactory situation. You will feel much better once you make the decision. So as advice, an outcome, the Princess of Pentacles comes up. So to me, this is saying take the first step. Do the research. If you're looking to get it, like, I want to move out of this house, I don't want to be with this person, blah blah blah, I want to move. Princess of Pentacles says, get on Craigslist or whatever, get online and try to find that new place, whatever it is that you need to do to make that first step. Do your research and start planning it out, saying, okay, well, I need this much money, and I need, these many boxes to move, or whatever. Or if you're in a happily committed relationship and you just, need to kind of get the spark going again, maybe plan a nice date night. Say, ask your partner, what they're in the mood for dinner, what's the thing that you haven't made in a while, or whatever, and plan out something really nice, and make a day of it. Send your kids to grandma's house or whatever, and however, and make time for that. I'm going to pull an oracle card just to kind of tie this together, because I definitely, as always, I always kind of see multiple threads here for, I'm reading for the collective. So it's a lot of people I'm reading for here. But if I've said anything that resonates, hit the like button. I would love to see you hit it right when something resonates. It's great feedback for me, and helps me know if I'm doing the right thing, if I'm on the right track. And also definitely, Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps my channel grow and helps me, continue to do. That's a jumper, and I'm gonna put it back in. I'm just it doesn't feel like quite the right message for y'all. Oftentimes I'll take them, but if it doesn't feel right, I'm not gonna take it. Let's see what our last message is here. If it shows up again. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Know your power. Oh, yeah. I love that. That's great. And this is a really cool card, too. Got any horse people in the house? Anybody a horse person? Know your power. So, yeah, because to me, the Devil card is a willful relinquishing of your power. When it comes up, it means you have relinquished your power in the situation to make yourself truly happy, because you're, hanging on to something that's comfortable and not something that's fulfilling. So know that you have the power to change your situation, and that you just have to take the first step. Whether it's doing some research, whether it's, making a plan, planning out it could be planning out a date night, it could be planning out your escape, but whatever it is, the power is in your hands to level up and to find happiness in this situation and regain your sense of personal power. So I hope that was helpful. Again, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you all sometime soon.